Hi there, Kate Borer and Fiona Pearman joining you for this week's live as we continue our conversation around career crisis. And listen, we talk day in, day out with all sorts of women who are really deep in this career crisis stage, looking for support and help to navigate through and importantly to get to the other side. And so today we thought we'd share some of the examples of, the stories we hear when we're having these coaching conversations. And I think the first one is what we call the burnout breakdown. And here we're often feeling really overwhelmed, emotionally drained, low or no energy, really questioning our purpose. I think it's the can't wait for Friday. Oh my God, it's Monday coming. It's only Wednesday. And work that used to feel like something that fueled you up and excited you now really de-energizes you when you feel really unmotivated. And I think a lot of this is caused by, apart from a lack of clarity and alignment professionally, it can often come from saying yes to things we really want to say no to. And often that comes out of fear. What would happen to my reputation if I do say no to things that my stakeholders want from me?
Yeah, the second career crisis category we want to discuss is that mum-career juggle. And this is all about feeling guilty, torn between our role as, a carer and being a present parent and really desiring and wanting career growth as well. And it just feels like nothing we do, neither place are we doing really well or performing to our best level. And we're fearful around the split of attention, that we haven't got good focus here and potentially that's undermining our reputation. We're worried about that we might be seen as though we haven't got what it takes. And so when we know this is going on, it's often beneath the surface. We're not prepared to have good conversations. We're not asking for what we want, and we're not having the conversations around that. And we're also very likely to not be talking about the boundaries or setting and enforcing good boundaries so that we can actually have what we need in the different parts of our life.
The third example we call the career cul de sac. And this can feel like you're working really hard, you've done all the right things, been really loyal, perhaps been in the waiting queue for that promotion, but you feel you're stuck or being overlooked. And often this can be because maybe we haven't built the relationships, the networks, the allies to be able to support our career progression, or we're not very good at articulating our value and asking for what we want when it comes to career progression.
Look, the fourth example here is what we call menopause mayhem. And this, happens on multiple levels. It often feels like your body is under siege. We can be exhausted. We're not sleeping the way we were, and potentially we're overwhelmed. And it's caused sometimes by physical changes, but there's also things going on internally. And often people will say to us things like, oh, it feels like I'm at the third phase of my career, and I really I haven't achieved my potential yet, and I know it's now or never. And so it's unsettling and difficult, and there doesn't seem like a clear way through. And I think, what we know is there's often a difficulty in being able to talk about, to articulate and share what we stand for, our value, and why and how we would make a difference in the world. And we're often governed by fear. We're worried that what's going on for us is going to be career limiting or career stalling. And just at the point where, potentially kids are off our hands, we've got less responsibilities there, we've got other things going on, and it can feel like, oh my goodness, when is this going to stop?
Yeah, I think the final one, which is really a values conflict, is what we call the golden handcuff. And here often we've got a good salary, we've got a good title, lots of good job security, but often our purpose is low, right? Our motivation is low. It doesn't feel very good in the workplace. And particularly if our sunk costs are high, we've made some compromises to be able to achieve this level, this professional status. This can be really hard, right? Because Others will look at us and think that we should be grateful and everything should be hunky-dory. We've got the life everybody else wants, but actually inside it doesn't feel really very good at all. And inside, we're feeling often quite desperate and trapped to get out. And I think this one's really difficult to be able to navigate through because, by moving away from that role can sometimes mean compromising financial security. And there's often a lot of doubt around, well, if I was to leave here, what would I do? And what we know here is our ability to be able to articulate our value, to look at our value proposition through the lens of other stakeholders, and to really lean into the opportunities that might be present and to really leverage your network around you and can be super helpful here.
Yeah, I think this whole, all these examples of career crisis, it's often that you've got to a point where you've kind of outgrown where you were before and it no longer aligns with who you are now. It might have been fine then. And now, when you examine what you value and you look at the life you want to live, it's just too jarring. It doesn't feel right anymore. And so it is going to feel uncomfortable, disorienting to begin with. But what we know, we've seen so many times, is that a career crisis is actually a really fantastic opportunity. It's an opportunity for reflection, for potentially realignment and a sense of reinvention. And so when we think about people who come through our Acts of Confidence program, we see them gain that clarity around their values and goals, and then they start to ask for what they want in alignment with that. And they start to realize they can't do it all or not in the way they have been. And so they learn to and are resourced to say no and hold those boundaries. And this is the work that is so powerful and transformative. And we see time and time again that although it feels murky and difficult in the moment of the crisis, what comes on the other side makes it worth it. And when people are standing looking back, they really are excited to see what's possible for them.
Yeah, I think so much of the program supports you to navigate through a crisis, but importantly, ensure you don't arrive at another one again, because you have the resources to get clear on a regular basis. You have the ability to set boundaries and say no with confidence, and are able to recognize the early signals to be able to lean into those courageous conversations. Team, we're going to leave it there. If you've enjoyed today's confidence conversation, or you know someone who could benefit from today's discussion, we'd love, of course, for you to share that with them. If you'd like to dig in more to this month's theme, or hear more of our confidence conversations, head over to our YouTube channel. Plenty of playlists for you to dig into, including a number of our AOC alumni talking about their program experience and the impact it had on their career and life. And if and when you're ready to go deeper with your relationship with the core confidence, or you'd like to find out more about the Acts of Confidence program, visit our website, coreconfidence.com.au.